This is the first time we've been together since the US registered that impressive 4-1 victory over Paraguay in their World Cup opener, and what a reception it's received.
I'm sorry, are we a soccer country now?
I don't know about that. It's definitely called soccer this morning. I can say that.
I cannot believe what my eyes have just seen.
I actually had to check that this was a US team I was watching.
We said to dream big, and today was a dream start.
It was a complete dominance.
Take away the first 2 minutes, and it truly was all the United States.
I do not think I had seen this good a performance from the US men's national team at any level of the game.
The first half couldn't have been any better. I haven't seen a U.S. team play that well in a long time.
I've watched the U.S. soccer for 40 years. This was the best game they've ever played on an international stage.
One of the absolute top 3 performances of a U.S. team the last 20, 25 years.
The first half was as good as I've seen any national team play in any tournament, let alone the World Cup.
One of the best U.S. national team performances in a World Cup.
I don't think I'm surprised. I've seen us play like this recently.
3 goals in the first half, the opening game. I felt like it was a real statement, and that's what we wanted to do.
Impressive win for the US, puts them top of the group. And
well, there's a lot of sort of. I mean, I haven't seen all those clips, and I thought they were excellent. I watched the game. I thought they really were excellent. 2 things can be true. They could be really good, the US, and they were, and Paraguay could have a bad night at the office, and they did. Now, I know they beat Brazil, was it, and Argentina in the qualification, but that was quite some time ago. Certainly over a year ago. So they were not at their best. I'm not taking anything away. The US were excellent. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching them, the way they moved the ball, the way they passed it, the speed of the play, the speed that they attacked, how they're able to get in behind this Paraguay side at consummate ease. However, all this best is fine. It was match day 1. You're going to have to play like that, and when you do, if you do play like that against an elite level team or a much better team, then I think I'll really stand up and take notice, because that's when it's going to really matter. What this was an outstanding start to the tournament. But this is just the start. The gun has just gone off. You're not over the tape, you're not over the line, the gun has just gone off. And you couldn't wish for a better start. You couldn't wish for a better performance. However, at competitions like this, you need to be able to play like that when you get to a level of opponents that are much better than Paraguay. And that's the big question for this US team. They might be able to do it, but they've yet to prove that they can do it.
Who caught your eye, Nedum?
Obviously, you need to give credit to Balogun for the 2 goals that he scored, especially that left foot finish into the top corner. I thought that was excellent. But I really enjoyed the way that the 3 midfielders worked. I thought Tillman, I thought Tyler Adams, and I thought Weston McKennie were great. Weston McKennie being further up the field, the way he was linking the play, feeding certain people in good positions, getting himself into the box as well. I just thought Paraguay could never deal with the runners and stuff that they had. I think the sort of composure and the patience from Adams defensively, and those guys in midfield as well, their ability to win the ball back as soon as it was lost meant that Paraguay, for the first 20, 30 minutes, they had nothing. They literally had nothing at all. So there were question marks that were being raised about, say, Tim Ream, Richards, Freeman at the back, playing with the back 3 spacing behind. It never became an issue, because every time they lost the ball up high, there was an immediate counter-press. So that midfield engine for them, I thought it looked incredible. And obviously, Pulisic looked good in the first half, but he played 45 minutes. So let's talk about some of the other people that played the full game. And I thought those 3 in that midfield area were
But when you
excellent.
play against better sides, and I'm not taking anything away, because, I thought it was a brilliant performance. But when you play against those better sides and you press and they play around you, and they will, you can't be perfect all the time. That's when you're going to look at that back line, particularly with a 38-year-old captain in there. So there's going to be a lot of questions down the line, and that's what World Cups are all about. And that's where you find the answers to those questions. But again, it was this. There's 2 scenarios usually. There's a nightmare start and there's a brilliant start, right? And Pochettino got exactly what he wanted. Now, you have to build into this competition and not get carried away. The players can't be listening to all this and getting carried away. They've got to keep their feet in the ground, do the job in the group stage, which they will go through. And as I've always said, it's when they get to this next stage and this next stage when the real questions are asked about doing the same things as they did against Paraguay, doing that against better opposition and having the confidence to do it against better opposition, that's when we're going to get the answers about just how far this relatively young side have come.
You'll hear me say many, many times, and Craig and people that watch La Liga, when we're looking at Real Madrid not playing particularly well, they've got to pass the ball forward. There's got to be more forward runs. It's too, and Premier League, it's too slow, it's too square. The USA passed it forward at every opportunity. There was forward runners. The movement of Balogun was brilliant. Every time he thought there was space down the side, he made the run. Dest down the right-hand side played as well as I've ever seen him play, both on the ball and off the ball, making his runs. You know, Pulisic played well when he was on for the first 45 minutes. The midfield players were dominant to win the ball back. But it was the intensity, the pace of the game and the forward thinking. It's easy to keep the ball when you're playing around the back or playing in midfield. They were getting balls forward and passing it really well.
So many discussions on Football Americas over the last year has been about who is US's striker. Should it be Josh Sargent? Is it going to be, Pepe? But Balogun's come in and taken that with both reins. Great performance from him. Of course, could have been a hat-trick, but for the offside goal.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely transparent. I've not seen all the games with all the different strikers, but I thought he was excellent yesterday. I think the fact that he was leading the line in that manner against a very physical Paraguay defence, I think the way he was trying to handle Alderete was excellent. That's an Alderete who's been excellent for Sunderland this whole season. And he looked great. The finishing, there's the right foot, there's the left foot, but he was a constant threat. And I think the fact that they can pitch the ball up to him and he can battle, he can hustle, but then he can also stretch the game in behind, that's what they need. I think, as Robbo was just saying, like, any team whereby it's one-dimensional, everyone's coming short, it's very easy to defend against. But they have a striker in Balogun who can get in behind, he can get his head to the ball, he can link up the play, and people work really well around him. So, for me, I'd like to see him continue in that position because he's been excellent.
Playing the way they did, I could see them winning all 3 games in this group segment.
Australia,
Turkey will be more of a threat than Australia, I would imagine. But I still see the US is stronger than Turkey at the moment, and I could see them going into the knockout stages with 9 points, full of confidence, and then you're just looking at your key players, making sure nobody's picking up a little calf strain or an injury, and sort of going in at full strength and seeing where that bracket will take you. But yeah, at this rate at the moment, I mean, it might not happen, but I can see them going in with 3 wins out of 3, and then really getting the boxing gloves on and the knockout. And that's where the pressure really comes, the knockout, because you make a mistake, there's not another game. So that pressure's on to do the things that you've done well in the group stage that's got you there, knowing that pressure of a mistake or a bad decision could send your country out. That's where the pressure comes.
Gio Reyna, a big talking point in the last World Cup, controversially brought into the squad for this one. Lovely finish.
Yeah, good finish. I'm still not sure what he brings to the US team.
A nice finish.
A nice finish.
Really lovely goal.
They were already winning comfortably.
What more do you want him to do?
But I would say, for the manager, for Gio Reyna, is he a number 10? Is he a wide player? Is he a holding midfield player? What does he bring to the side that's different to the players they've got in there? At the moment, I don't think he gets in the team because he's not played well enough over the last 2-3 years. And he might be a good substitute, but at the moment, I don't see him in the first team.
Did we get any news on... Well, I put you in the spot here.
Go on, then.
Pulisic.
Well, he felt a little strain.
Nothing serious?
Nothing serious. He had a kick. Thought it was best to come off.
And a kick.
Little kick. Best to come off. Did his bit in the first half.
Because he did look...
Little bit of a rest.
He did look sharp.
He looked very sharp, yeah.
He did look... Mind you, the defending... I mean, again, you can only do what you do. Some of the defending early on, though, from Paraguay, you're thinking, my God, the US are going to take these to the cleaners here. They just look so... They didn't look like a side that had the defensive record that they had and calmed the ball.
Yep.
They just didn't look like it. Now, maybe that was a little bit... I hear people shouting at the TV, probably go, that's because the US were brilliant. Maybe that was the case. But some of their defending in this, particularly in the first half, was so shoddy and so lacking basics, was quite scary.
And not learning their lesson. You said it earlier on. McKennie kept on making runs through that inside right position, and he made, 10 runs, and he kept on getting in, and they never did anything about it. It's almost, he's made another forward run. They get the ball to him, and we defend it from there. It was really poor.
But I said just before the tournament started, from a US perspective, it's all very well with the rah and talking about it, which the players haven't really been doing. But we're talking about how big's this World Cup going to be, and is it really getting hold of the public, and is it getting a grip? And I always said, the one thing that will get a grip of the public is not noise, it's performance. It's results and it's performance. And we got that. Now, if they take that forward, that baton, and run with it, the public will get on board. Maybe not them all, but a lot of them will get on board because they'll see what this US side are doing. It will give them hope. They'll buy into the World Cup, and that's going to be good for the whole spectacle in general.
You saw clips of it. So much a reaction from the likes of Jurgen Klinsmann, Casey Keller, Jermaine Jones over on our YouTube channel. That is, of course, available for you to check out now.